possible?
Yeah, I feel like being an offensive lineman, it's always one of those weird things where when you're not out there, you like feel guilty because you're not out there suffering with your friends. It's the worst. There's nothing worse like when your health is keeping you from being out there. Like it's not like, oh, I'm choosing to not be there sort of thing. Or yeah, it's the worst, as you can tell. It just something really bothers me. I was happy to be able to be at the game last week to at least like be there with the guys. But ultimately, it was it's basically posed to me like this: like you can try and be a tough guy and then miss the rest of the season, probably, or not probably, potentially, or you can let these people who have gone to school for like 10 years do their jobs and do the right thing for you and for the team. Which I even told them, I was like, I can listen to you, but I don't have to like it. And Mike and Brett, I love them to death, but I even told them all along, I was like, I might be a little bit in a bad mood. I might be a little pissy about it, but I do trust you, and I will listen to you. So again, I love those guys. I think they've done a great job the last 2 weeks.
Do you feel notably better than you did a few weeks ago?
Oh yeah, the day after the the night of the Indianapolis game, I was hurting in the game, and I was hurting after the game, but I was like, I think I'll be all right. And then I woke up as I go pee, and I couldn't walk. I was hopping to the bathroom on one leg. So I don't know if it was adrenaline or what, or if it just started the swelling and injuries kind of set into it. But feel much, much better. Yeah, there was zero chance I was going to be able to go Thanksgiving. And like, I like to try to be a tough guy. It wasn't going to happen. And then even the last game was kind of a long shot. So again, trust the guys that go to school forever to have their job and let them, do their expertise and try to get back in one piece.
Also put trust in your teammates because this team has not missed a beat since you've been there.
Absolutely. And then I'm sure Coach Campbell's hit on this, but Skip, especially this past game, phenomenal. He did an awesome job. Not surprised. Skip stepped in plenty of times. He's played guard, he's played tackle, he's played jumbo tight end. He's done a million things for us, and he always gives the absolute best effort of anybody out there. And then just from a team effort, I know Dan's probably said this as well, Campbell that is, we're going to go out there and we're going to win the game, and this is how we're going to do it, and it's what happened. It's exactly what we did. So it's pretty phenomenal. It just speaks to the type of player they bring in and kind of the culture around here. Again, the guys were just unfazed, unwavering, and that was one of the coolest wins, that Packers game, that I've ever been a part of.
Aside from the talk of not playing, where's your level of optimism heading into this weekend with a pretty big opponent coming up?
For me personally, you're saying? I think I should be good to go, but we'll let the smart guys do the smart guy stuff. But yeah, I feel much, much better. Feel pretty confident going into this one. So yeah, just kind of progress, see how the week goes. Felt good out there today. Hopefully come in tomorrow, there's no issues, and just kind of hit the ground running.
We have not had a chance to talk to you since I believe you lost a friendly bet to Aiden Hutchinson. Mm-hmm. Will you walk us through maybe what the bet was and the photo op that came afterwards?
Yeah. So I actually gave him the point spread. I was that confident. I gave him 20 points. And the jersey helmet was my idea because I thought I was going to get him with it. I had a jersey in my locker already, and I showed it to him. So yeah, I deserve that. I did it to myself. Yeah.
What was it like when you saw that in his hand? Helmet, jersey, and okay, go ahead and put this thing on.
It wasn't in his hand. He left it in my locker. So I came back from the team meeting, and I was going into treatment because I was going to be out for the week, and it was just sitting in my locker. And actually, I texted him during the game, and then as soon as the game was over, he just sent a picture of the helmet to me. So it was, yeah. And it looked terrible. It was a terrible picture. I looked terrible. Oh, yeah. I didn't love it. But I'm going to be a man of my word, and I'll get him back one day. Get him back.
Any consolation that your team's in the playoff?
I don't watch a ton of college football, to be completely honest with you. I think the playoffs is going to be super fun to watch. I think we drew Tennessee. So I'll definitely watch the games, and I'm always, people are going to hate this, Buckeye at heart. I was born and raised in Ohio, went to Ohio State. So I'm always going to support the team. It's not like I'm going to watch every game of the playoff, but if I can watch the Buckeyes, I absolutely will. So it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be kind of cool to see a team that you don't normally see come to the Horseshoe, come up there and play. So it'll be fun.
Were you getting it from Graham too?
No, actually, no, not much. No, I didn't really hear anything at all from Graham. Yeah.
Dan was talking about the culture of collaboration and how he tries to listen and the staff tries to listen. What has that meant for you?
I mean, I can tell you what it looks like for me is every single week, the offensive line puts down their 6 favorite runs, and Hank kind of compiles that into a list, gives it to Ben, and when we get our first 15 plays, it's pretty good bet that 4 or 5 of our favorite runs is going to be in that first 15 plays. You know, I think Ben, as bright as he is, he's always going to tell you that it's about the players and not the plays. So he's going to run the plays that the guys like or they feel like they're good at, or he's going to put this player in a position to succeed or have him run a route that he's good at or a run that he's good at or a block. So that's what it looks like to me. I mean, that's one of the examples that I can give off the top of my head.
And how much does that come from Campbell? Just that culture?
I'm sure a lot of it does, but I'm just not in the meetings to see that. But I mean, you just see how our coaches are in the field, just asking for feedback on plays like that. I mean, there was a play out there today that I was talking with Ben with after the fact about what's the timing on that, blah blah blah. And one thing that I would say that I feel comes top down from Coach Campbell would be there's zero ego involved with any of the coaching staff or any of the players around here, and I feel like that comes from Dan because he doesn't have an ego about anything when it comes to doing things in this building, and that's what makes him great at what he does.
You might be the only NFL team without a quote-unquote diva in any position. It doesn't seem like, unless I'm missing somebody.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking. You like receivers. It doesn't matter who gets the ball. Running back, same way.
100%. I mean, I think Saint even said going into this Packers game, he's like, if I have to dig out a safety on a run play 50 times, I'll do it. And that's a first-team All-Pro receiver saying that. And evidence on tape, we know that he will do that. So it's pretty special. It's a pretty special group. Speaks to the right type of people being here, and it kind of speaks to that culture that Dan wanted to build when he first got here. So it's a pretty amazing thing. I've never seen anything like it in my 9 years as far as the selflessness and the lack of ego.